Hi, I'm Rob and welcome to another TW White & Sons video review. Today's car is a Mazda CX-30. So we have here a newly acquired car into stock. This was a part exchange against another new Mazda CX-30, very similar in fact. The gentleman bought a Takumi. This is the spec that was the trim name before they rejigged all the naming strategy. This is the GT Sport Luxe. So it's a sole red pearl car. It's a one owner from new. It's quite a rare car in the sense it's got the light stone beige interior, so we'll get round to that shortly when I enter the car with you. But it's a SKYACTIV X engine running through an automatic gearbox. It's a front wheel drive vehicle. So this is a 186 horsepower car. Has an accessory piece of chrome trim, so the bumper lip edge there. And is in really good condition. It's just a shade under 20,000 miles. Currently has a full Mazda service history and has already been MOT'd for the first MOT. So the car is just turned 3 years old. So other features for this car: privacy glass on the back rear windows, keyless entry for the driver's door and the passenger door too. We have indicators up into the power folding mirrors here, which will power in when you shut the car. And at the front of the car, LED lights with full auto beam function, so this will allow the car to detect oncoming road users or bright street lights and dip the car's headlamps automatically. Being the highest spec derivative in its day, there are surround cameras. There's one on the front here. They also live on each door mirror, and of course one at the back of the car. So there's a stitched view to assume a view all around the vehicle. Then there are front and rear sensors all around the car as well. So lovely specified car. The car's in very good condition. There's a few minor marks which will be attended to before sale. So now I've done a full sweep of the car, back into the boot. Touchpad under the Mazda badge here, which is powered. Again, can be fob operated or indeed used from an internal button just round by your right hand side of the steering column. Into the boot, very clean and tidy. Knowing the gentleman that purchased the car, that represents how he conducts himself and how he looks after his vehicle. So it's in lovely condition. It's a 60-40 split across the rear bench, and of course lifting up the boot carpet you'll see the BOSE audio, which is synonymous with this trim level, and you'll note, like most modern cars, no spare wheel as standard, but certainly a foam and a compressor unit to inflate a punctured tyre if possible. Using the buttons up here, you can both lock the car, walk away, having opened the whole car up, or you can just shut the boot itself, leaving the car unlocked. Coming round, so those rear parking sensors, as mentioned before, an accessory chrome strip, and full LED rear lights too. So coming into the back of the car here, we'll get to see the marvellous stone leather interior, looking pristine. So literally no marks, no damage. The gentleman didn't have children, so there are no marks around the ISOFIX points, as it can be common. There's a pull-out armrest, giving you thawing comfort, or pushing it up by hand. You got the 5th seat belt, so that's for 3 across the rear. Children's seats are catered for with the ISOFIX, which put the car's seat directly into the chassis of the vehicle, giving a strong bonds, and the car seat will then perform perfectly should the car be in an accident. Rear AC controls, then onto the door card here for the rear. Again, unmarked, no damage, and you'll notice there's a brown contrast running through the car as a theme, with a nice white stitch coming through the actual armrest itself. So coming back into this part, this is the keyless entry function. So if the key is in your pocket, the little indent here will allow the car to lock. And the mirror will power in, giving you a signal that the car is locked in fact. Again, just putting your hand into the handle, mirror powers back out, and the car is now open. So coming across, we have the driver's door card, again clean, pristine, looking undamaged. You have all the controls there for windows, mirrors and power folding function, and of course it proudly displays the BOSE logo linking to the speakers around the car. All amplified, has a lovely sound, and will power up to your phone beautifully. Full electric controls for the driver's seats with memory function. So up here we have the ability to store up to 2 different drivers. That will store the seat and the mirrors. The steering column attached to this multifunction wheel is reach and rake adjustable. And again, just to show you how clean, tidy and pristine the stone leather is looking. All perforated, and just a nice looking interior, complemented by the brown. with the white stitch running through. That's complemented to the dashboard itself. Again, there's a similar theme running through there, and of course each door card. So now's the time to hop in. Starting from the right hand side, there's a selection of controls here. So the left eye stop denotes that this car is fitted with a stop and go function. This is to allow the vehicle to save fuel by simply turning off in traffic or when you come to a halt, and then of course it's ready to go. Simply it will turn off, your car will still be in D for drive, this is an auto, and by lifting the foot off the brake it will engage the engine and away you drive. So saving fuel, not idling, not causing a fuggy fume around you. Also, traction control system, quite standard and expected. Rear parking sensor off switch. Purely if you have a tow bar fitted, you'd need to disable that particular function so it didn't go when the tow bar is detected all the time, and the trailer or caravan. View engages the rear cameras, front cameras and side cameras. Now there's a little black line running through, that'll be the frame rate, so apologies there, but I can just about see it. So to the left side here we have a surround view all around the car. This currently shows the front view because the car isn't in reverse. Simply by putting it into reverse it will engage and show the rear view. Okay, back into P. Now back across to this button here, it will also give you an individual side view. So we're just going to tap view once, twice, and then a third time, and then it'll bring the sides of the car view. As each mirror has a camera, you can see my hand as I lift it out underneath the mirror itself. So surround view cameras surrounding parking sensors front and rear, so nicely set up there for parking easily. Coming onto the thin rimmed leather bound steering wheel, which is multifunction, and on the left side we've got audio controls, so you can change volume, you can change track, or even the source. The source is going to be available through typically AM, FM and digital radio. Accessed again onto the touchscreen, and then you can view other sources of course which you may want to use, including Bluetooth, and more importantly it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability. So again, coming down, it will be a wired, so you'd need to plug in for that to activate, but not wireless as some of the more modern CX-30s are. So just appreciate that, it's a wired connection. We have left and right sided climate control with a heated steering wheel function just hidden under here. Heated seats for left and right side for driver and passenger of course, and the ability to split your temperature across the cabin should you choose to do so. More storage for drinks. That complements the pockets which hold bottles. Onto the actual gearbox. So the gearbox is controlled just by pulling back into drive, moving across into manual mode should you wish to do so. That would either allow a push-pull function or a paddle change using the minus and the plus paddles to change up and down the gears. Useful for overtaking or building a bit of engine braking in going up and down hills. The car also in standard auto mode has a sport function, so just pushing forwards. It tells you it has a sport function just there, mind the glare, there we are. And it effectively changes the throttle response and the gearbox change points. So it will change a lot higher up the revs, giving a bit more speed, giving more acceleration, and more responsive on the way down the box. If you're cruising and you're in sport and you push the throttle harder, it will down change to the lowest gear possible and give you the blast of acceleration you require. You've also got automatic handbrake, both with a auto hold function. Again, once you've driven in the car into D, just release the handbrake and then it will allow you to move, but you can then engage the auto hold. And what that will do, when you come to a halt in traffic, in D, it will automatically bind the handbrake and just ready for you to dab the brake or throttle to release. So all convenience items made for making the car easier to use. So coming back up to this screen here, we're into the navigation provided by Mazda. Mapping is free of charge for the first 5 years of ownership, so this still has free mapping updates to be done. But it's a nice system. It works off the radio data system to update itself, and of course if you bring Apple CarPlay, Android Auto into the vehicle, you can use your own mapping from your own device. This would be Apple Maps, Google Maps and Waze of course. So just as an overview for the rest of the interior of the vehicle, just to reiterate, very, very clean, very pristine, almost new in the interior. The car on the outside represents its low mileage too, even down to factory fitted CX-30 mats. And just again, nice brown contrast to the beige and the black, brightening the interior up somewhat. And again, a light headlining when there's generally a lot of dark headlinings, which of course in turn could make the car a little bit more gloomy. But with a sunroof, not gloomy at all. Controls are up here. You can either push once for a tilt function, bring it back, and then pull back the other way and go for the full opening. So letting a bit of air in, a little bit of light, and again just enhancing this lovely cream interior. So push back again, that will shut the vehicle's sunroof. More storage for things like your sunglasses and all your interior light sets. So this concludes the video. This is our one owner SKYACTIV X CX-30 GT Sport in an automatic gearbox with a full Mazda service history and a recent MOT. So the car is pretty much good to go. So please don't hesitate to inquire about this car. We value your custom. If you're looking to purchase the car using any of our dealer finances, happy to give you an offer and a quote on that. We do like a part exchange, so feel free to bring that along too when you view the vehicle. So I hope we hear from you soon. Thank you very much.